Welcome to After School Reviews. Please subscribe, turn on the bell icon, please like this video, and leave a comment down in the comment section below. Today on After School Reviews, we will be having a look at the NECA Ultimate Marty McFly from Back to the Future. I've had these figures for like about a month almost now, but just now finally get to review this guy, and then we'll work our way to other reviews that I have to do. Front of the packaging is just the regular Back to the Future poster, which is pretty cool. I have a bigger one in my room, but there. And then this is just a sticker if you wanted to take that off, but it's the 35th anniversary for Back to the Future. You can see the clock tower there, the DeLorean. The side of it has some lightning. It has dates down there. November 5th, 1955, October 21st, 2015, and January 1st, 1885. And the back of the packaging here, pretty cool. You can see different shots of Marty. Has this figure here, the Part 2 Marty, the Target exclusive, and the Biff Tannen figure. If you can see that below. Has a little read-up of it. Includes a skateboard, a guitar, a camcorder, a backpack, interchangeable head, and hands. And of course, it's Ultimate. It has the extra flap here. Love that right there. Wish I could have two of these little flaps. There is Marty. Right now, this is harsh lighting, but there he is with all of his stuff. And man, we've waited for a Marty McFly figure forever. I said I wanted Diamond Select to do it, but that's not my number one choice. I just figured if somebody was going to do it, it's probably going to be Diamond Select since they had the license for the Mini-Mates. But NECA is my number one. I want them to do anything. I wish they had the license for Star Wars and much more. Without anything, let's have a look at this figure, open it out of its packaging. We get a backpack, and it has a nice black wash on top, or, on it, and then, how this work stuff is. You can see the different shades there. Very nice sculpt as well, with a rubbery strap here. We get the electric guitar. Now, McFarlane, when they did guitars, they actually had itty-bitty, like, tiny little wires. These are just silver little lines, and it might look weird. There we go. You can kind of see at angles it looks weird because they get off. They don't get straight, but they do look straight if you keep it at this angle, but if you turn it down or up too much. But you can see the fretboard. There's the 12 right there. There's the nut. Very cool. I like this. You can even see the thing right there, the little springs on the back. Love that bridge. It's got a nice. It's very nicely done. Tuners are nicely. Oh, they're sculpted in different directions. These two are this one, and so I like that. That's nice. We get his skateboard. Now it actually has like some licensing thing on here, so I guess they were able to just get the licensor for that, which is cool. Usually NECA's not able to do that, but you can see it. Look, because I was confused. I was like, man, usually they make their own name where it just says NECA or something, but this is whatever that company is there. And very nice little skateboard though. Be a little scared with the wheels, though, on this thing. And he gets the VHS, camera. You can see the wire right there. You can see the lens. Lens is actually a little glossy. I liked that. It's not 100%, but I see where somebody's, they've really tried with this. You can see all the buttons. Doesn't have the RCA, but who cares? That'd be kind of a dumb reason. But I love this, too, as well. And then an alternate head is included. And here it is. Everybody's been saying the glasses aren't straight or whatever. It's not that. It's the eyebrow. Okay, I watched that from another video. But dry brushing in the hair is done. If you can see a little bit of dry brushing. Yeah, because you need to have that dry brushing or it just doesn't look right. Michael J. Fox looks good, I think. But yeah, there's the other head with sunglasses, and he comes with 3 other hands, and then the hands he has on. So you get this hand here. Quite veiny. I thought so, but NECA usually is veiny. This hand here, and another right hand. So here he is. And man, this guy looks absolutely gorgeous. I got this guy at Target, because they were shipping out to Target. I figured I'd see him at Walmart, but yet that has to happen in our area, but I'm not looking anymore. I picked up the 2 figures I was wanting from this set, besides Doc Brown, but he should be getting released probably in like a few weeks. I think he gets released in December, I think. Dry brushing on this guy does not disappoint. NECA has really pushed dry brushing and washes to the max. And I think they have another Marty. I forgot if they're probably going to do another Marty, which is just jean jacket and pants. And I might want that Marty because it's going to be a completely different look. And maybe they'll, you know, throw in some extra heads or extra accessories and such and such. So the head on this guy, how does it compare to Michael J. Fox? The harsh lighting is not going to help. I think the one issue I have with it is kind of the area around the eyes are kind of dark, almost black, if you can see that. And I just think that's a little different. You can see inside the mouth. It's weird NECA's using this like printing technology. Usually they just paint the figure and call it an end, but no, you can see it's almost been printed. So it's different. It's just different than what I'm used to. It's almost like an SH figure art. It's like the Freddie Mercury. It's like done with the printing technology. And I don't think anything else really of NECA's does that. I think maybe Michael Myers from the Retro Cloth, they slightly did that, and sometimes they do use printing. But usually not for the whole freaking face. But I still think it looks okay. If you're farther away, you're not going to really see too much of that. And this figure, I think, is he's a little shorter than most other figures. Maybe Michael J. Fox is short. I'm not quite for sure, but there he is. Now, I've turned off the light because I did this almost a year ago with my Michael Myers figure. And it's just to show you what the light looks like regularly. So it's really dark here on the set, but you can see how much better this looks like Michael J. Fox with the lights out. So, I mean, you just have to account that this is light coming directly from the lens, practically. It really is directly from the lens. It's the same. It's not like above or to the side. So it's going to be very harsh no matter how close I get to the camera. So just remember that, but you can see all the details here. So now that we have that out of the way. The dry brushing. Let's just talk about how awesomely they have done this. So the pants have been done in a regular blue. And you can see this dry brushing of this almost like a lighter blue. Reminds me of the Terminator 2 Kenner T1000. It reminds me of that. The blue is kind of the same. Although that figure wasn't painted, it was just translucent. But you can really see the sculpt here. And then he has gray socks here. And the Nikes are done perfectly. Again, can't get the license. That I didn't think they were going to have any red or anything. But I was like, that's perfect. I'm surprised that's not even a copyright issue. So I was very happy to see. It's very similar. Who cares, you know? I think they did do the same thing with Kyle Reese, so it might be the exact same type of solution. They just carried it over from the Kyle Reese figure, which NECA needs to re-release in Ultimate form. The vest here has a wash over it, so it got in all these little cracks that are sculpted and everything, and then these buttons are painted with silver. One thing I like about the jean jacket is there's like a little guitar pin right there. Never knew Marty had that. And you can see the blue shirt, or the red shirt, I mean, underneath there. And one thing that's odd is whenever I saw this, I thought for sure it would make sense that one of the points of articulation would be right here. Right here. Guess what? There's not a point of articulation there. It is like from the neck to like this whole area. Usually it'll swivel or something, but this NECA figure does not swivel down there. This is all one sculpt. I thought that was really odd. Because I thought that was different for NECA, but it does kind of limit articulation a little bit, but it doesn't bug me. And of course, this is Marty, and they were giving him double jointed elbows, and I think that's cool, good. I wish we had all the NECA figures to have double jointed elbows, but not every single one of them have them, sadly. But you can see the different color in the jean jacket from these parts to this part here, almost a darker blue, but it still has that dry brush on it. So you can see how that kind of blends together very nicely. And the sculpt, this is like casted probably in like that color there, which is like almost like a black, maybe a dark blue, and then dry brushed with this other color. And you can see how the jean jacket is different than the pants. And this part here, and he has an electronic, his little watch. So I love this guy quite a bit. This is just, him out of the box. This isn't like him with accessories yet. But just this is really, if you just wanted to have Marty, you could just have Marty like this, just by himself, and it's perfect. And I'm hoping NECA does a 1880 or 1985 Doc Brown. I'm very hoping that they do one in the hazmat suit. Since they made Marty in the hazmat suit, I figured, you know, of course that was for that one special scene, quote unquote, is what they're using right now. They can still stick both of them in the suit. And I'm going to go get something real quick. I'm going to surprise you guys with something. I'm going to show you something. This is the Diamond Select 1/15th scale DeLorean. And they've sold a few of these over the years. I think they just sold a recent one, pretty recent. Can't remember if it had ice on it. I think that wasn't recent. That was probably the 30th anniversary. But for me, I feel like that was just right in the corner. So here's Marty. Now, this is not a 1/15th scale figure, and you can clearly see that. But since he is NECA made him a little smaller, and we'll get some scales out here, this could work if, I mean, you see how that kind of looks really good. Of course, from here, this angle, it looks a little high, but the lower you get, if I may be able to do this, maybe not. Okay, but if there's a way, there's a will, there's a way. You could probably just raise this up a little bit, whether it be the hoverboard or it's for the scale. This is the closest we're going to get to a DeLorean that's the same scale as this Marty. And I thought, you know, that's cool that this DeLorean that I already had is pretty similar in scale with this Marty. So if I ever did want to display it that way, I could. Took the batteries out of that thing. Sadly, I would have just showed you guys the lights. But, so this Marty, you can do some of the, you know, the special poses of him looking at his clock and everything. But I think now I'm going to just do different ways of what you can do with these accessories and such and such. So, yeah, let's look at that. Here he is with the VCR camera, the camcorder. My mom had one of these, and I needed one for the longest time because I needed to film some stuff. But now, different technique for that. But I think this looks pretty cool if you want to have Marty like that. Here he is with the skateboard. Now, the cool thing about this guy is, of course, there's a special little hidden thing in the sculpt that you might not notice. Scoot that forward. Hide the ugliness. So you could have him, you know, pose like that. But the backpack here, which reminds me of the Stranger Things McFarlane figures. The backpack, actually, if you look at this sculpt here, almost has like a lip. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So this sculpt here almost grips that, and it keeps it in place. So this thing's not going to wiggle or anything or go anywhere. And I love that about the little sculpt in there. They've worked it in so you can, you know, keep the backpack on there. I was going to say something, but I can't remember what it was. It was pretty important. Guess we'll figure out what I was going to say later. Here is Marty with the guitar. Now, of course, I don't believe this is screen accurate. But either way, for him to have the guitar, it's cool to have the accessory. Because, you know, there's different Martys throughout the movie, of course. There's different ways he takes the vest off. He goes to 1955. There's a different outfit there. He wears a hazmat suit. There's all these different things. But yeah, I'm not going to get the Biff Tannen. I'm just going to get Marty and Doc, and that's about it, just because reasons. But I think this looks pretty cool. Marty just needs a bass player, don't he? So there's a difference in scale. I thought these guitar that Marty had felt really small. I'm just used to the McFarlane figures having huge instruments. That's the Gene Simmons figure. And man, you can see how good they look together. I want McFarlane to have the license again for them. But again, McFarlane and NECA are very hand in hand with sculpting. NECA is very good with sculpt. McFarlane is very good with texture and sculpt. But like, man, texture on McFarlane is quite a thing. But NECA and McFarlane are very similar. But McFarlane, you can tell them apart, of course. But they're both in the same ring for companies, like about the same price, and the sculpt and the paint. They're very similar on that, and I love that. Usually NECA's a little bit more known. McFarlane usually kind of fiddle farts with sports. I think they're stopped doing that, finally. And they finally hit goldmine with Fortnite, and then they've hit a goldmine again with more stuff. But I can't seem to remember what they're doing right now that I'm seeing a lot of. I've been seeing a lot of McFarlane stuff, but I can't remember what the crap it was at the store. Sure, it'll be in the next video for Marty McFly from Back to the Future Part 2. Here he is with the sunglasses. Now, the odd thing here is, of course, you can see the mouth on this one is different than the mouth on this one. Now, there are eyes painted underneath there. I'm wondering, what would it look like? Now, I believe they I think they did release this guy with this head without the glasses on the other version of Michael J. Fox, on the other Marty. But, yes. And, I think that's why they're kind of like, yo, buy all of them because you want just that regular head, even though this head's really good, though. But he's kind of like, oh, no, like he's confused or she's shocked. This one's kind of like, yeah. But I'm just like the sunglasses around him, and I don't think I've ever seen Marty with... I don't know. I feel like it's odd. I feel like the sunglasses are really top on, though, this time. Sometimes NECA sunglasses aren't that good. These are really good, man. You see that shine in them? Let's get some other 80s characters out here. It's about to be quite interesting over here. Before that, I want to do this super duper in-depth detail of the sculpt because I feel like I didn't really do that. Here's the leg. You can see the nice sharpness in the leg and everything. I feel like usually I do this at the beginning. I didn't get to do it this time. Shoes could have been done a little differently. Not better, just differently. And then the sculpt up here on the... this is all good. I love getting this close so you can see the amount of paint and the amount of work and the sculpt. Like, these are slight faint details. And I love they gave these joints here to Marty here rather than just a ball joint. Because these kind of have, they only have this or that way. But you get more range rather than having a ball peg. And, you get to have a little bit of anything. But it's sucky. So yeah, let's get the other figures out here. And it'll be cool. Here's the NECA Marty in scale with the Ultimate Tech Noir Terminator T800 on the right. Gizmo there. Ultimate Gizmo right there, clearly right there. The E.T. figure by NECA, and over there on the far left is a Diamond Select Egon. Try to get everything from the 80s here. Robocop's in here, and there's some other things like an Alien or a Predator, but, I feel like just that right there is okay. Maybe, I don't know, I feel like Slimer would have been a perfect choice. No, maybe, I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, there's a little nice little scale there. If you wanted to have a little shelf of 80s, you could have that. That's what's, good for NECA, if you want to have that. Well, guys, I can't believe we already reviewed our Ultimate Marty McFly figure from NECA. This guy was showed off in February for the first time, and it was revealed in February at Toy Fair. Then COVID kind of shut everything down. No way to get to have San Diego Comic-Con, sadly. But they did reveal more Back to the Future stuff coming. And the next review, I don't know. There's a lot of things I need to review. This is another figure I picked up, clearly. Back to the Future Part 2. So that'll be there. And then we'll get Doc Brown whenever he comes. And then have a Gremlin and some other crap I gotta review. But thank you guys for watching After School Reviews. Please subscribe, turn on the bell icon. Please like this video and leave a comment down in the comments section. How many Doc Browns do you want made? Do you want 3? I'm hoping we can get this Doc Brown as well. That's why I just want to buy 2 Doc Browns. But if I have to buy 3 Martys, I might as well buy 3 Doc Browns. So if I get the Doc Brown that is 1955 and they release in 85 and then they release in 2015, there's 3. And right now they have like 3. They have 3 Martys, 2 from Back to the Future 1, and then clearly another one on the way because there's just the denim jean jacket one. So we'll have 3. But yeah, discuss in the comments. Say something interesting. Start a conversation. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the official After School Reviews Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.